everyone. I'm Brian Anderson alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. We'll see the New Orleans Pelicans and the Phoenix Suns. And it's the Suns to start out. A look at the Pelicans starting group. Here's Marion. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
West, and he banks in the layup.
You take a look at the assist numbers for Mashburn, and this is a guy who excels at passing the ball, especially from the forward position.
Here's Chambers. Pass to Marion. Outside Davis. Rebounded by West.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Paul with it. Jacks up with three. Hits the trifecta.
That's a good decision right there to get Paul the ball. He made it look easy on that catch and shoot.
Here's Nash. He's guarded by Paul. And the basket by Nash.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Mashburn. Outside Davis. Pass to West from 18 feet away. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
We know West is very comfortable in the mid-range, and he prefers to attack you from that area.
Here's Nash. Shoots over Paul. Nash misses.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Count it.
Baron Davis, one of the more powerful and strong guards in the league. Aggressive in the lane because he has that strength and confidence.
And that streaking rack attack is the Mobile One drive.
Yeah, and in close games like this one, BA, you need toughness. Guys who will run to the fight and get after it.
Here's Nash. Pass to Marion. Goes back up. And it's good on the lay-in.
You know, Marion is an energizer. Constant energy and motion. Somebody who hits the glass with reckless abandon.
Now here's Davis. Here's Mashburn. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. He'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Down low. And the basket by West. He's got 6.
David West really comfortable in this area and just going to work, doing his thing down there.
Pass to Stoudemire. Minute 32 left to play in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. And he's going for the lob. And he jams it home with authority.
Boy, at 6'10", dunking comes easy to Chambers, but he does it with a little flair. Once he's near the rim, he's ready to punch it home with flavor.
Now here's Paul. Lets it fly. West misses.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Pass to Marion. Here's Nash. Takes it inside. Chambers. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Outside Davis. Right wing. Oh, from deep. And another three for New Orleans.
You know, not every player can make that kind of a pass. I mean, Paul makes it look easy, but it takes really tremendous vision and timing to execute that.
Here's Nash. Pass to Marion. Here's Chambers. Knocked away. Here's Nash. He's guarded by Paul. Puts up a three. Knocks it down from distance.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Paul passes to Davis. From 6 feet away. Oh, clanks the dunk. Both teams have it going here early, and still close through the first quarter. Pelicans ahead, up 3. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns Youth Nation.
Some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you think, guys?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
So for New Orleans right now, Lonzo Ball is out there with Drew Holiday. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then there's Zion Williamson.
And Ball has so much confidence on this floater in addition to a nice touch with it, so that makes it really hard to deal with.
And that replay showed how sensational that drive truly was.
You're toasting the defense and getting in close. They'll take possessions like that one all day.
So it's Phoenix now. After the Pelicans picking up a basket a moment ago, Marley with the bucket.
Excellent at playing through contact. Marley is a guy who plays with great physicality and energy himself.
Right side Ingram. Pass to Holiday. Out to the wing. Here's Ball. Rebound by Stoudemire.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
Booker against Ingram. Here's Marley. Pass to Johnson. Unloads. That shot off. Now New Orleans takes it the other way. Williamson passes to Ingram. Now here's Ball. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Ingram on the wing. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ingram's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, one of the things Ingram did is make his shooting stroke a little more compact, and that's allowed him to be much more consistent as a marksman.
Marley, no good. New Orleans in the lead. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Holiday. He got a piece of it.
At the defensive end, Stoudemire has all the tools to shut you down and turn your water off.
The shot by Johnson, no good. Pass to Ball. Back to Williamson. Outside Holiday. There's the drive. It's hauled in by Marley. With the teardrop. Ooh, excellent D there from Ball. On offense here are the Pelicans. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Rebound by Stoudemire. Ball's gone 1 for 3 on the night. Here's Booker. Phoenix no good that time either. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Leading by 5.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. Here's Marley. Knocks down the long J. He's got 5.
Good quick thinking that time from Marley with the pull-up jumper.
Time called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Pelicans.
Dancers Dance Team.
And there's 1:45 left in the half. And here's Paul. To the paint. Here's Davis. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Davis has got 6.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And there's the lob. And finished off by Davis.
Yeah, watching Johnson focus in on his teammates, he does a really nice job, I think, of sensing and feeling when his guy is open.
Now here's Davis. 6 points for him. Left side, Davis. Davis against Davis. Pass to Paul. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Johnson. The rebound by Stoudemire.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Here's Van Arsdale. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Here's Stoudemire. The ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Davis. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Counted. Paul's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Paul has tremendous experience, and he's figured out ways at 6 feet tall how to score in the paint effectively and often.
Now here's Johnson. Pass to Stoudemire. Shoots over Davis. Got a piece of it.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Pelicans ahead, up 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? David West was the man in the first. He had 9 points and 3 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
Well, I like what I'm seeing on the offensive end. They're keeping things simple, getting to their spots and executing. Nothing fancy, kind of like Shaq's suit.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Well, they need to turn the heat up on D. Too often we saw them back on the heels, not dictating the pace. They allowed a shooting percentage in the high 50s. Remind me of my free throw percentage, the high 50s. Come on, guys.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Phoenix, get on your feet.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Outside Paul. They grab their own miss. And Davis gets it to go.
Well, Davis, one of the hardest working and best rebounders in the NBA, showing you great effort that time.
And for New Orleans, pass to Davis. Here's Marion. High post Davis. Davis on him. Offensive rebound. Stolen by Davis. And for Phoenix, to the inside. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Chris Paul.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Here's Nash. Pass to Chambers. 14 feet away. And the shot goes down. 6 points for him.
Again and again, rinse and repeat. Nash continues to find the open man.
Now here's Paul. Tightly guarded. Here's West. Four on the clock. Mashburn's shot is off. The Suns trailing. Here's Marion. He's got 7. Pass to Stoudemire. Shoots over Davis. And it's Chambers missing. Paul for 3. Buries it from 3. Paul's got 8.
I think that's the best way for Paul to open up the passing lanes, expand them. Keep knocking down those deep ones, and the defense will have to pick its poison.
Here's Stoudemire. Outside Davis. Pass to Chambers. 17-foot shot on the way. Count that bucket.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Here's Marion. Throws it up high. Alley-oop up top. Hammer it home.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
Timeout called. The Pelicans. So both teams making some changes here. Here's Holiday. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Cousins. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's Wesley. And again, New Orleans, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Fires in the triple.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Now here's Ball. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Cousins. Puts it up from the high post. Chambers grabs the miss. Here's Marley. He's covered by Holiday. Here's Marley. Here's Westfall. For the lead. Here's Marion. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. He's got 9.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
Here's Chandler. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Man, good whistle there.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
David Wesley, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Some changes for New Orleans. Williamson comes in for Cousins, and Brandon Ingram subbed in for Ball. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 43 seconds left in the third. Pass to Scott, and he lobs it up to the rim.
Smooth finish off a terrific feed.
Man, the timing and execution couldn't have been any better right there.
Guys, I hope we get to see a few more of those.
That was another look at our Mobile One drive of the game just a moment ago.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's been a force of nature, and that drive, just another of his great plays this game.
And here's Ingram. Inside. And the ball out of play. The Suns will have it.
Hurts to see that kind of mistake. Coach is going to be on him about that one.
And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Oh, terrific defensive intensity right there. Getting stops like that is crucial for them right now.
"19 seconds left in the third.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Here's Van Arsdale. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
With one on the clock. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. 3/4 of play and a close one here. Suns ahead. They lead by a bucket. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Chris Paul, Julius Randle out there with Davis. Then there's Davis. Here's Stoudemire. Here's Johnson. And Davis with the block.
No, sir. Don't bring that in here. AD having none of that. What an imposing figure he is defensively.
Pass to Randle. And the layup is good off the glass. Randle's gotten his first basket of the night.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Davis. After the Pelicans picking up a basket a moment ago. Here's Stoudemire. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Tough play that time by Stoudemire, taking the hit, but staying right with it and still getting the shot off.
For your Suns, Amare Stoudemire, taking 2 shots.
That one's off. And he misses the second one as well, so 0 for 2 that time.
Yeah, Stoudemire really one of the deadliest big men in the game. His combination of power and speed and finishing, wow, unique.
And the basket by West.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
The Suns trailing. Phoenix calls timeout. And this late game timeout, getting a breather here, important for the players to recharge. This is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with some Gatorade.
Fans, here come your Suns answers.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I listened to the Suns coach address his team. With the game being this tight, each possession takes on a greater importance. He told his players, quote, be in the moment. If something doesn't go our way, don't dwell on it. Focus on the next play. Guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Pass to Davis. 5 to shoot. Fires from the wing. A offensive rebound. Chambers. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Now here's Davis. Davis down low, and there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass, getting it done.
Davis, a real mismatch inside because of his skill, size, and strength.
Outside Davis. Pass to Chambers. The shot misses, and it's New Orleans taking it the other way. Floats one. Here's Mashburn. Lays it up and banks it in.
Mashburn getting his hands dirty that time, battling for the offensive rebound and finishing things off after he got it.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Pass to Westfall. The Pelicans pull it in. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's a 3 from Paul. And the Pelicans get it back. No good on the shot. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th now. Here's Nash.
2 minutes.
He's guarded by Paul.
2 minutes.
Here's Stoudemire. Banked it in off the glass.
And I like how confident Stoudemire is in the paint. I mean, really good at getting the position he wants inside.
Paul passes to Davis. And there's 1:45 left to play in the 4th quarter. They've been keeping things close.
And now have a chance to jump back on top, B.A.
Here's Paul. Chambers grabs the miss. And Phoenix has possession. Trailing by 2. Here's Davis on the money from 12 feet away. 1:24 left in the 4th quarter. Left side Paul. Davis down low. Hits the jump hook. And New Orleans leads by 2.
AD staring them down and letting them know this ain't over yet.
Phoenix calls timeout. They trail by 2. 1:11 left in the final quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance player of the game, Anthony Davis.
Defensively, they were not prepared for his inside game. They were not able to deny him the ball. Once he got it, he was so quick and able to get to work. Just a masterful performance in the paint tonight.
Here's Nash. Pass to Stoudemire. Shoots over Davis. That one rolls around and rims out.
I think in that situation, that was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Here's Mashburn. It falls!
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Pass to Stoudemire. There's 38 seconds left in the 4th. Here's Chambers. Another shot. And it's good. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
What an offensive force Stoudemire can be.
And it's New Orleans ball. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th. Paul passes to Davis. Oh, he nails it.
No question about it. The touch is with Anthony Davis.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Suns timeout.
They're behind by 4. There's 21 seconds left to play in the 4th. Guys, what do you think?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the 4th. Here's Davis. That shot, no good. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
First team foul.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
Foul. Second team foul. Shooting for New Orleans, Chris Paul.
Shooting 2.
Taking 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go.
And at the line, Paul looks cool and collected, like there isn't a lot riding on this trip.
And he does get the second one. And that puts him up 5. Davis from long range. Mashburn grabs the miss.
Phoenix foul.
And so they foul intentionally.
Chambers. First personal foul. 3rd team foul. Shooting for New Orleans, Jamal Mashburn at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second. And that increases the lead to 6. And so here's Phoenix. And so the Pelicans take the win. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And NBA, the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.